Thanks for dropping in. My name's Dennis Medway, former teacher, many years, and I'd like to share with you, especially those of you who are desperately trying to cope at home with teaching and learning. I'd like to share with you the top 10 teaching tips based on my experience anyway, and my colleagues. We got together and decided these are the 10 that count. Okay, by the end of the session I want to show you a way of using these and remembering, more importantly, these top 10 tips. We start with keywords. You're going to find that there are keywords that need to be learned. If that is the case, it's best to put them on a piece of card and display them somewhere. In a classroom it would be fairly high up on a wall. For you it might be the fridge, somewhere that's going to be frequented. Keywords. Kinesthetic teaching. Don't be scared of the word, okay? It's very straightforward. We learn in 3 major styles. We learn by listening, we learn by seeing, and we learn by doing, by actually having a go at something. And boys are particularly prone to needing this. You know, if you've got a kinesthetic learner, watch the hands. If the hands can't keep still, if they're constantly fiddling with things, you've got a kinesthetic learner. Explore learning outcomes. It's always important to decide not only that you've taught something, but that it has been learned. Okay? I remember a cartoon once, and it was this lad with his little dog and his school friend there, and he turned around and he said, I taught my dog to whistle. And the friend says, well, I can't see him whistling. Oh, I never said he learnt. And that's the point. You can teach as much as you like. It's the learning that's important. Share your objectives before you set off. Always share objectives. What is it you're going to try and achieve in the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever? Check on learning gains. Make sure that when you've agreed that this is what you're going to know, make sure it is known. Don't have an atmosphere of warfare. Make it safe to be wrong, to make mistakes. They shouldn't be frightened of making mistakes. You ought to get into the mindset of, well, in fact, we're here to learn. If you already know it and can get it right, you aren't going to do any learning, are you? So, celebrate being stuck, because being stuck means you've got to get to be unstuck, and that's learning. Make sure your instructions are clear. No confusion, no doubt in anybody's mind as to what you want to be done. And regularly check on progress. I always believe that the teaching situation is very much like a driving instructor. You're sitting next to someone, watching what they're doing, and only intervening when something's going wrong. You've got the dual controls. Frequent praise. That is so important. We thrive on praise. As a teacher, I was always instilling in myself that if I had to have a go at somebody, then I would revisit them 2 or 3 times in the rest of the lesson in order to re-establish the self-esteem with a bit of praise. And don't let them get bored. Stretch ability, especially if you've got a very able child. The tasks may be beyond you, but make sure they are beyond them, because they'll get very, very bored if they can do it all the time. Okay, 10 top tips. We're there. How do you acquire those 10 pieces of learning? I'm just about to show you a way. Hope you're going to bear with me and have a go at it, okay? Join in. This is my Joe Wicks moment. Okay, I'll back you off a little. Right. Okay. Bit further. Just a little bit further. Here we are. Here, ready. To start, picture those key words. Now, oops, they've fallen on the floor. What I want you to do is kick the key words and say key words. Kick them about. Come on, do it. You can't just look at it. They're there. Kick them. Apologies for the next one, but rub your knees and say kinaesthetic learning. Kinaesthetic learning. Yeah, well done. Now, if your child or children are joining in on this, they'll love this bit. You bend over and point here. Exploring outcomes. Anything poo related goes down really well with the kids. So, exploring outcomes. Now, we all need a virtual hug, especially at this time. So, virtual hug, and as you do, say, sharing objectives. Sharing objectives. Okay? And for the next, imagine you're either walking down a corridor that's very crowded, or maybe on an American football field, and you're bumping into people with this shoulder. Okay? And say, check, check, check for progress, check for progress. That's 5 around the body. Quick recap. Yes, you know where to start, kick those words. Now, kinaesthetic learning. You know the next, exploring outcomes. Virtual hug, sharing objectives, and check for progress. Now the other 5 are around the head, okay? Make it safe to go wrong. Safe to go wrong. Speak clearly. Regular monitoring of progress. Frequent praise. Well done. And stretch. All abilities. Stretch. I'll run through those again. Make it safe to go wrong. Speak clearly. Look for progress, monitor all the time. Regular praise and stretch the able. Now if you try those 10, once more when this video ends, and then again in 2 or 3 days time, and once more next week, and I'll guarantee you will know the 10 top tips for teaching, and you'll remember them probably all your life. Thanks for joining us. Good luck. You're doing a great job.